Good evening. Good Friday evening. How is everybody? Chris Carlson. Finally, a live stream I can actually see live. Well, I figured we'd change things up a little bit. I changed up the schedule a little bit and thought that maybe we start doing our live streams on Friday or Saturday nights because I know as adult audiophiles, we probably have a very open social calendar on Friday and Saturday evenings. So I figure we might as well get together and hang out. Anyway, yo, Feli. Ed Dents, another Friday night, and I ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody. I got some money because I just got paid. I wish I had someone to talk to. I'm in an awful way. Well, we're here together. That's the important thing. All right. I just cleaned off the right part of my glasses, and it made me realize how dirty the left part of my glasses were. All right, there we go. Let's try this. They're still messed up. All right. Greetings from Detroit. J.R. Junior Jandal. What up? From Omaha. Been there many times. Omaha, Nebraska. All right. We got from Adelaide, South Australia. Ben, thank you so much for joining us. Shout out from Waukee. Wow. I don't even know where that's at. Central Ohio, though. I can conceptualize that in my head. I do not know where that's at. Cat Stevens. A.K. Feliciano. Now I know who you are. Very good. Am I familiar with KEF 104 divided by 2? I recently purchased an M. So is that 52? I recently purchased and am in love, pushing them with a Denon PMA 600NE. No, I don't know that one. Sorry, I got to remind. I do not know the KEF 104 divided by 2. But if you love them, that's awesome. I don't know if that's like a current speaker because I haven't heard of those. Greetings from New Jersey. What up, Ed? You from Southeast neighbor in Kingswood. Hey, man. What up, Brad? Greetings from New Zealand. Wow. Denver, Colorado. Northeast Illinois. Montclair, New Jersey. I just bought some clips. Heresy 2s. Love them. Very nice. Greetings from Arkansas. Hey, first time in the live session. New subscriber. Hey, Joel Livin. Welcome and thank you for subscribing to the channel. Another Central Arkansas? Wow. We got some. Whoa, Mike. What is that? Is that Coates? That's Steve Austin? Or is that you? If it's you, you should probably be hanging out, not online on Friday nights. Simon Hackshaw, my brother. Greetings, my friend. A great start to my weekend. Very good, Simon. I figured we'd change things up. Do a Friday night. A little Friday night action. See how it goes over. See how popular it is. We have 106 people in here. Not as popular as my Wednesday afternoons, apparently. Hey, Co, from the recent present. I'm not sure what that means. Getting really hyped to see Skid Row live tonight. Oh, nice. Man. Skid Row, Sebastian Bach. In Australia. 18 in life. Remember that song? Do you ever listen to speakers from Legacy Audio? I have not. Ed chiming in on the KEFs. 104 divided by 2 is an old vintage unit. Sold tons of those in the 80s. Very nice. San Jose, California. Greetings from the Scots audio girl. Greetings to you. Good afternoon, Mr. Tecto75. Thanks for the review of the Fozzy DS1. It's amazing, especially through Tidal. I don't remember reviewing that one. Huh. I don't remember what the DS1 is. I've seen so many Fozzies. What up, Cam, fellow veteran in the house? Stream. Whatever. Hey, man. How you doing? I know you work for the VA, don't you? I've seen you in here many times. Appreciate it. Laugh out loud. Definitely not Steve Austin or Bill Goldberg. It's me, although 10 years ago. Not quite as lean now. Good gravy, Mike. Go throw someone through a wall and get recorded, filmed. You're wasting your talents, Mike. Hanging out here with the cheap audio man. Hey, made myself laugh. Hey, Randy, from very wet and rainy North Arizona. Very nice. All right. What happens if I plug a TB10D 32 volt power supply into a 9 volt to 24 volt BT Bluetooth amp? Probably nothing, but you don't want to do that. Yeah. I keep those voltage numbers the same. Probably nothing will happen, but it could, so don't do it. But probably nothing would happen, but don't do it. Greetings from Atlanta, hot Atlanta. Sam, banging away on the drums. Palmetto State, Greenville, South Carolina. I've lived in the Palmetto State, and I got introduced to the palmetto bugs. It's like a flying cockroach. They're so big you can literally hear their wings as they fly by you. Palmetto bug. Love that song, Randy. Crank that song all the time. Very nice. I remember you can't really call it dating because I was so young, but we had boyfriends and girlfriends back then. Or you say you're dating somebody. Anyway, I was dating somebody, and she was like super against any type of that was like right in the middle of the satanic panic where everybody thought that like rock music was going to make you worship the devil and then go practice anarchy and burn down a Kmart. So anyway, I had all this music and I was like really excited to like introduce her to this music. And I remember like playing, it wasn't even anything heavy, but I was trying to play some Skid Row for her. And it was like Warrant and anyway, it was very tame glam metal. And she thought that Skid Row was like, nope, too much. And I was like, well, what about this one? I played her 18 on Life. And she's like, no, you're Satan. I don't recall that relationship lasting much longer than that conversation. But I was on like a landline, and then I would do this to the speaker as I was like playing different songs, trying to get her to like the music that I liked. That's a funny memory. I didn't really that never occurred to me until this moment right now, that I was trying to get girls to like the type of music that I liked from the time I was probably 12. I think Ed is feeling better. But Ed, are you feeling better? Hey, Randy, have you messed around with the DSP in on? I'm with you until the in on. That is the part that I don't know. So I can't answer that question because I don't know what in on means. Is that like in the Weem? It's about the only DSP, or in like Rune. It's about the only DSP I've messed with. Yep, IT guy at VA hospital. Very nice. Doing God's work, my friend. Love my SMSL SU1. Killer for the money. I can't disagree with that. I really like the SU1. I liked it when I listened to it the first time. But it's kind of one of those things. It was like, okay, another DAC from SMSL. And it was good. And I think what I really liked about it was $80. And then like the tininess of it grew on me. And it was the SU1 and the ginormous Emotiva stack that I had that kind of gave me the idea to do the small system video. So yeah. Anyway, I do like the SU one. Rune rather. Yes, heavy beats. I've played around with it a little bit. I haven't been messing around in Rune though for quite a while. I need to get I have like I made a Rune core out of what is it? A little Intel Nook computer, and then you put the operating system on there. Anyway, yes, I have messed around with it a little bit. You probably need a standalone machine though to run Rune if you're gonna jump into the DSP. Otherwise, it'll bog things down. I think. Love my SMSL SU1. We already read that one. Hey, from New Zealand. Hey, Muzar. It's a silent. It's a soft H. How's it going, y'all? Flying on albatross. It's going well. Oh, hold on. I missed this. Uncle Lou, $5. Thank you. Is a DVD player using optical out as good as or better than a CD player using RCA out? Isn't that basically just what a CD transport is? Absolutely, Uncle Lou. You've figured it out and cracked the code. So anybody can go down, if they have a decent little DAC, go down to Best Buy, go to the section that sells DVD players. There'll be one all the way on the bottom, about the size of a notebook. It's about $20. You usually get one open box for 15, and then just optical out into your DAC, and you have a CD transport. Absolutely. I mean, that's an interesting video to do because I do have one of those $10, $15 DVD players. I have an old Oppo vintage Blu-ray player, and then I have a dedicated CD player, and then I have a 4K UHD DVD player or Blu-ray player that I can all play CDs on. It would be interesting to do kind of like which one sounds better, or can I hear any difference at all? So, but yeah, you're absolutely along the right lines. And if you're thinking about getting into CDs, there's no easier way to do it than to use a DVD player with, and if you have a DAC or even a decent integrated amp or receiver, just optical into there. Chances are that if it's a pretty low end, affordable DVD player, it's not going to have, it's not going to sound great coming out of the RCAs, but it could. I think if you were buying it like a 90s era DVD player, probably going to sound better than maybe today's CD player. I could be wrong though. For sure. I could be wrong. Oh, what watch am I sporting? It's a little Islander. Like, he's got a great channel. It's called Islander Watch. He's really interesting. His name's Mark. Anyway, he runs a company, longislandwatch.com. I buy a lot of watches from him, but he has his own brand. So it's manufactured per his specifications. I just thought it was fun. It's yellow. It was like, I think it's like $300, automatic, Seiko movement, NH35. Got cool hands, got a little applied indices, and I just thought it was super fun for summer. So yeah. Ed is doing much improved. Yes, much improved. Thank you. You're welcome. Simon was asking about you. I was going to ask about you too, but I always ask about your health. Crank a big amp through some big speakers and see which blows first. I cranked a big amp through small speakers, and the speaker gave up the ghost first. It was the Dayton Audio. I looked over like that was going to be there, but it's in the trash. And then the Emotiva DR1. Yeah. Date me. I listen to Master of Puppets. How could you not have gotten that girl? Yeah. I just wanted to share something that I was passionate about with her. And even when I was that age, I was still like I was looking at the deeper meaning within music as like a 10-year-old or 11-year-old. And I wanted to like convey that to her. She wasn't interested. She thought it was the devil's music, right? Skid Row, come on. Randy strikes me as a Seiko guy. Long Island Watch is a good company. Here's another one. I've been wearing this one too a little bit. I bet Simon would like this one. I have a bunch. I just did a watch video today, so I have a bunch of watches laying out here. This is Moonswatch. Drove all the way over to Dallas for this. And they didn't even have one in stock, but somebody returned one, so the guy ushered me in. Said, "Come back here." And I got this one too. A bunch of watches. This is the coolest watch ever. And he doesn't have any eyes, but like every 12 hours, the eyes rotate around. So old school Swatch. Tons of fun. If you have an old Oppo, have you checked out Oppo mods? No, I haven't. And I personally, we got another super chat. I personally, hold on, let me find this. I personally like modding stuff, but I get kind of scared about doing videos about it because then I'm like, ugh, someone's going to watch this and I'm going to do something wrong. And then they're going to peel open their speaker or their nice vintage Oppo Blu-ray player and they're going to mess it up and then they're going to blame me. So, although I think I'm going to like changing out op amps, one thing, but I've heard people getting like heavy into doing a whole bunch of like different mods and stuff. Anyway, I think it would be fun. I'm probably not going to do it on camera though. Richard B, $10 super sticker. I almost said stupid sticker, but it's a super sticker. Super sticker. You could get a super sticker for me, a stupid super sticker. Richard B, $10. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Oh, they're rolling in now. Thank you so much for all of the super chats. Scott Reisig. Scott R. Awesome channel, Randy. New to hi-fi. Thanks to you, I pieced together a vintage Marantz 2252B RME ADI-2 DAC, AKM version, Ween Pro, Denton 85s using WBC RCA, world's best cables, RCA, and speaker cables, all used except for cables. Saved a ton. You rock. Wow, that sounds like an awesome system, Scott. Awesome system. Don't know anything about the RME DAC, but I know they're well regarded. Denton 85s. I've never actually heard the 85s. I've got the 80s, which I love dearly. I've purchased a lot of world's best cables, which they've never sponsored the channel. They've never reached out to me. They've never talked to me. I just buy all that stuff. People always say that I'm a shill, but yet I'm not. And actually, Ween never reached out to me either until I did the review. And then they talked to me, which is funny. Guess I'm feeling insecure that I had to say that. What do I recommend for entry-level bookshelf speaker amps? Well, it depends on what your budget is. If you're on a real strict budget, the BT20A from Fozzy Audio, the TV10D from Fozzy Audio, IEMA A07 Pro from Fozzy Audio. If you can step it up a little bit, the A2 Mini from Emotiva, less than $300, 50 watts into 8, 90 watts into 4, I think. Has a headphone amp that you can jumper if you want to. Really great. Class AB. For under $300, it's crazy. And then as you go up, I mean, depends if you want integrated amp or if you want a dedicated speaker amp type of a thing. But that's where I would start. The Fozzies, the IEMA. If you need an integrated, you can look at the Duke Audio ST01 Pro. Like $160. Enough power to drive most things. Bluetooth, DAC. It's a great product. Great product. Just keep keep reasonable expectations though with them. Dave Hensel, $10. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for your channel, Randy. You've helped get me back into audio after a 5-year hiatus. Appreciate all you do. Rock on. Thank you, Dave, so much. I've heard that story, and that was my story too. I mean, I've always had stereo receivers and stuff, but it's kind of like I took a little bit of a vacay from it. I still always had everything. I still listened to things, but I was, watching a lot of movies, not doing a ton of music listening, intent music. I listen to music all the time, just not like intently. Um, and then I came back. I think that's the story of a lot of us. A lot of my Patreon patrons say that, they were into it, and then they, did the family thing for a while, and then came back and got into it again, hot and heavy. Sith cables. We did a cable run, set of RCAs. I think about 100 pair. They sold out in less than 24 hours. It's awesome. Maybe I need to do another set of those. My setup literally uses a digital audio player as a DAC, A&K SR2. Well, the DAC in there is probably pretty legit. A08 Pro. Yes, very good. A08 Pro is very good. Simon and Ed are chit-chatting. Very good. Michael K. $10. Thank you so much. Hey, Randy, any thoughts on the new Bluesound Node X? Saber DAC, THX, AAA headphone amp. I have none of these components yet. Looking to add to my living room. AVR run home theater setup. Thanks. Well, I think if you're looking for a streamer with a decent DAC and a THX headphone amp, that could be the thing. I've heard that they're about $700 or $800. What I think, and Bluesound has not talked to me lately. I may reach out to them. Their PR company doesn't talk very well. I've had to send multiple emails sometimes, even when I was reviewing something. Anyway, I don't want to air any dirty laundry. You know what Bluesound needs to do? And they would sell a boatload of them. Is take the Bluesound Node, put a screen on it. Don't change anything else. Just put a screen on it. Raise the price by $200. Bob's your uncle. They would sell a boatload of those. But once you start putting $100 DAC and $100 headphone amp into something and then charging $400 extra for it, don't get me wrong, it's super convenient. I'm sure it has a sub out and all sorts of cool stuff. But at $800, like, I think you need to differentiate yourself a little bit more beyond just a headphone amp and stuff. Just put a screen on it. Like, so Bluesound and NAD, and they're all part of the same company. So they've already put Bluesound with screens into higher end NAD integrated amps. So why not just put a screen on the Node and then charge $300 extra? $400. I don't know, $300. $800 Bluesound Node with a screen. I think it's a winner. What's your preferred source, aka transparent? I listen to so many sources. I'll put it to you this way: the only thing that's been like a stable in my life, staple in my life, has been the Ortofon 2M Blue. Everything else kind of changes. The Gishelli Labs J2, the AKM version, that's kind of stayed pretty stable. But I would say that the Ortofon 2M Blue, pretty transparent. But I don't know anymore because like everything puts a little flavor on the music. So, I mean, when I'm listening to speakers or something, I'll listen to the 2M Blue because I think I know that cartridge better than anything else, though. But I don't know if I could say that's really transparent or if it's just I'm so used to the sound that I know if there's any changes that it's due to some other component. So that's a hard question to answer because I think some people may confuse transparency with familiarity. So yeah. Anyway, probably didn't want to get all like deep about that with that question. But those are the sources that have stayed stuck around for me. Yeah, it's 750. Okay. The Eversolo streamer will make sim noise. I think I saw that pop up somewhere, and I was really impressed with their DAC. So I may need to see if I can get a hold of one of those. Randy, any thoughts on Clarity Precision speaker cables? I have never heard those. You taught me that Beastie Boys Intergalactic is a great sub-bass test for audio gear, and what a track it is. Big up to your brilliant channel, and big love to you as a lovely grizzly music man X. Thank you, Dinner Lady 420. That makes me happy. I like that song. That song's really good for imaging in soundstage too. It's one of those like Beastie Boys I grew up listening on like a little boombox. So I never knew how well recorded it was and how much they put into their music until I started listening to it on better gear later. But yeah, I like the Beastie Boys. Just want to say I support and appreciate your channel greatly. Thank you, Junior Jandal. Has helped me through so many audio related decisions, and I couldn't be happier for it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the $5, and I appreciate the lovely sentiment. Any opinion on the Dolly Minuet speakers? I haven't heard them. I've only heard 2 Dolly speakers, both of which I was very impressed with, the Spectre 1s and the Spectre 2s. That was a time in the channel where I was buying everything. So those are the 2 Dolly speakers I could afford. I do want to listen to the Oberons, but they're long in the tooth, so I'm sure they're not sending those out to anybody. And I don't remember who Dolly's owned by. I thought they were owned by the same company that owned NAD and Blue Sound and PSB. I could be wrong though. I'd love to get more Dollys in. I think their woofers that they make in-house are really good. Thanks for being here, Randy. Thank you, Ed Dents, so much. $16.99. Grab a bag of upscale coffee beans for your Sunday mornings. Woo. Ed, I'll do that. I'm actually out of a coffee store. I need to make some cheap audio mint coffee is what I need to do. So then I can like deduct the coffee as a business expense. Anyway, I've gone cheap on coffee. And it's not terrible coffee. I've just been buying like Folgers in the big jug because it's just like coffee just keeps getting more and more expensive. And I'm like, screw this. I'm legit just going to buy Folgers. And Folgers actually makes pretty good coffee. I don't buy just the regular. I get like, I don't know, the Arabica or whatever it is. But that well hath runneth dry. So I got an empty thing of Folgers in there. So I've been getting into my wife's coffee because I heard the expensive coffee. I drink I drink the swill coffee just for the effect. So I do need to get some more coffee. That was a long way to say thank you, and I'm going to get some good coffee. Thank you, Ed. Sunny H 4.99. Thank you. A beautiful doggy right there. Lou B $5. Hey Randy, noob question. How come a lot of the systems you show us don't seem to have a window for dialing in frequencies, like a tuner? Lou, most of the products don't have tuners in them anymore. Their one, I think, holdout would be Emotiva. They do have a tuner, but you kind of have to dive into the menus to get there. Unfortunately, terrestrial radio just isn't as big as it used to be. So most of the products coming out don't have any tuners. The good news is, though, that most of them do have Bluetooth, or some of them even have streamers, and there is a way to get to radio stations on your phone, and then you can Bluetooth it over to your system. So yeah, but yeah, one of the most beautiful things that vintage receivers had was that beautiful tuner section lit up, and It's great. Have I heard about the upcoming Fozzy Audio V3 Japanese and German caps removable op amps? I have, actually. They just emailed me, and I owe them some names. I need to draw for the BT20A. I think they're giving away 4 amps, so I need to draw and send like the emails and names over to them. But yes, to answer your question, they talked to me about the V3. I told them I'd love to listen to it. I think they're doing good things. I think they're really trying hard, and not just throwing things in a box and selling them. So I think they actually care. And the guy that I talk to on a regular basis is very responsive and really is really wants to build that company. So yeah. Shepherd 77, thank you. Uncle Lou, Yamaha's an integrated amp with a tuner, digital. Yeah. I don't know which one that is though. I've had the AS301, the 501, 701, the 801. I didn't have the 701. I just had the 801. I don't remember it having a tuner. Maybe it's a different one. Joe Livin, man, you guys are, hold on. So many super chats and super thanks. I gotta get a drink of the delicious Dr. Pepper Zero strawberries and cream. This is one of the best tasting sodas I've ever had. It's delightful. They are not a sponsor of the channel though. Probably get sued by him now. All right. Building in a home theater. What AVR would you pair with Yamo 7.4.4 towers and bookshelves? Not Atmos specific, but bookshelves for ceilings and C12 subs for them. Thinking Denon X 3800H, but not sure. Joel Living. Home theater receivers are like not my area of expertise. Some would argue that I do not have an area of expertise. However, I've listened to a few receivers, and the ones that I really liked are Marantz, the NR1711, the Pioneer VLX VX305. I think that's good. I think Marantz sounds better to me for music without doing any DSP stuff. And then the Emotiva MR1, all spectacular. So yes, the Yamos, is it the concert series that you were looking at, or like the S series? Either way, I think all of those receivers would play well with either the S series or the concert series. They're a little bit all those receivers are expensive though. I think the 1711, actually, I bought it when it first came out, and I think it had like a list price of like 800. I think it's gone up to 1,000, if not more now. So yeah, for my daughter, and tried one, so good. Oh man, that's great. So, oh, you're talking about the soda, yeah, it's delicious. My nickname is Joffman, Jack of few trades, master of none. I like that. Dr. Pepper is lovely. You know what? I mean, I was never like a huge Dr. Pepper. Like, it's not like I didn't like Dr. Pepper, but I never drank it. I drank Coke Zero, and I drank it by the gallons. And then they increased, like during, apparently you can't even say like the name of the thing that affected us for like 2 years anymore, or you get shadow banned on YouTube. I had no idea. Anyway, it went up like 25% to where a case of Coke Zero is like over $11. And at that point, I'm like, nope, I'm out. I'm voting with my pocketbook, my wallet. And I'm like, I like Dr. Pepper. It's $10 a case. Every 10 cases, I'll get a free case if I keep drinking Dr. Pepper. So I stopped drinking Coke Zero. Marantz Cinema 70 is very capable AVR with pre-outs for amp expansion. Not too expensive. There you go. I like Marantz. I like him. Like I usually talk a lot about like direct to customer companies, but I really like Marantz receivers. I like the Pioneer too because it ran DRAC. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Marantz. You do have expertise. Oh, thank you. Hi again from Auckland, New Zealand. Keep up the great work on mental health reminders. Music helps. Thank you. Yes, we should all listen to more music. It's good. I found so many cool articles, like about people with Alzheimer's or in dementia, not being able to recognize their family, but someone would turn on a specific song and they'd get up and they'd dance around and they'd sing. And it was just because, music imprinted so heavily onto their brains with emotion. So yeah, I think it's a very good thing to sit down and listen and just close your eyes and relax and concentrate on the music. It's like free drugs, although it's probably some people would argue that it costs more than drugs. If you really get into this thing sideways, you can spend some bucks on hi-fi. Not enough likes on this live chat. Yeah. Hey, Ben Gleason. He's always helping me out. BG. Like the thing. What's weird is I tried. So, like, if you're a YouTuber, you're always supposed to say, hey, if you're new here, like this video and subscribe. And so I did that on some videos, and I would go back and I'd look, and there would be some videos that I would have just a ton of comments and a ton of likes, and the video didn't really do anything. I mean, case in point was that mental health video where I talked about, people listening to music, things like that. Ton of likes, ton of comments and people interacting with the video. Didn't do that well. Did actually terrible. So yeah. What's up, Robert? Love you, man. Look at you. 4-leaf clover. Diet Dr. Pepper is my jam. Oh, here's a question. Naga. Okay, so I just thought of the quote from the Office Space, where he's like trying to pronounce one of the guy's last names. He's like Naga, and the guy's like, not gonna work here anymore. So I thought when he said Nagaoka. Sorry. The Office? Anybody? Office Space? Nagaoka MP110 or Ortofon Blue 2M Blue. I like the Ortofon Blue 2M Blue. Extra blue. They couldn't be more different, man. So the MP110 right here is more full, doesn't have the detail retrieval, lush, thick, good. I mean, it's taking butter and it's putting it all over your music and it's giving it back to you and saying, here you go. The 2M Blue is what I would consider to be like high res vinyl. So in a good vinyl setup with a good phono preamp that's really clean, it sounds like it's, for me, the 2M Blue with a good phono preamp and a good amp and everything sounds indistinguishable from like streaming high res music. For the MP110, if you switched cartridges on me, I'd be able to be like, you did something. So yeah, if you're looking for something that's warm and romantic and fun and awesome, the MP110 is the way to go. If you're looking for something that's going to be like as close to digital music as you can get, and I think very transparent to what the source material is, then the Blue is the way to go. Blue is my favorite cartridge, but I still like the 110 for, obviously I have it right over there to plug in every now and again. Oh, Steve Zeidman lurking. If there's anybody I'd like to be lurked from, it would be Steve Zeidman. I would just imagine you kind of looking around the corner and back in, watching some hockey, reading a Western sci-fi novel, paperback, as my parents would say, paperback novel. Hey, Martin. What up, Martin? Indeed, the MP110 has a distinct flavor. My -200 is a lot closer to neutral. Very good, Martin. Martin's a patron. Hey, Parveen, what's up? Video idea: put a tiny amp in Jello until it melts. Ooh, that sounds dangerous and fun. Lemon lime Jello. MP200. Very good. Oh, Brian Romska is popping in to give it a thumbs up. Thank you, Brian. Oh no, just got word on Facebook that the Skid Row show has been canceled I thought I actually had heard something about that. What a kick in the shorts, man. Like if it was legitimately tonight and you were getting ready to go, and then you found out that it's canceled. I got a lot of headroom here. Let me put the camera down. Sebastian Bach's got the flu. One of them has the flu. That's even worse. I just messed it up. Here, let's do this. How about that? Good enough. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That stinks. I've never been to a concert that's gotten canceled. That would make me upset. Lou B, $5. Thank you so much. Are audio users limited to accessing their systems through their smartphones or computer these days? Is there no such thing as a standalone system? Yes. So there is, Lou. So you got turntables, record players. You still have cassettes if you have a something that plays it. You have CD players. So all of those can be the sources. But you also have things like streamers now. And so think of a streamer as basically just being like a CD player or something. But you're paying a monthly fee for a streaming service like Tidal, Rune, Qobuz, Spotify, Amazon Music. And then you can access the streamer through your phone, but your phone's not really sending and receiving anything. What your phone is just basically is a remote control to control the streamer. But yes, CD players, turntables, are all sources as well as streamers. Now, the caveat to that is you can use your computer connected to a DAC, and your computer is basically a streamer now. Or you can do AirPlay or Chromecast or something like that through your phone, but you'd need to start with like a streaming service or music on your phone that you've purchased before, and then you would put that over to your system via Bluetooth or what have you. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, there is standalone systems for sure. All right. I miss anything? My goodness. All right. Funniest movie ever. Up there with Spaceballs. This is not a popular opinion, and I know some people aren't going to like it. I didn't love Spaceballs. I get it. I loved Office Space though. But yeah. Maybe it's because I was such a Star Wars fan that I couldn't take them making fun of it. All right. My goodness, you guys are so nice tonight. Steve Devin. Weem should show you some love. I purchased a Weem Pro based on your review, and it's great. They've sponsored the channel. So Weem has showed me a lot of love. Well, not a lot. I mean, they've shown me a reasonable amount of love, but I really believe in their product. I think they've done, because there were a lot of streamers prior to Weem kind of hitting the scene. A lot of streamers that worked. They weren't usually gapless. But Weem was the first company that came out and I think really showed commitment from a software level. And it's working on the same software platform a lot of these other streamers do. However, like if you're a Weem user, they put out probably, I don't know, there's probably an update every other week. least once a month. At least once a month, you're getting some type of update. They're fixing some type of bug. They're giving you some new feature. And you don't see that even from like the big boys that make streamers and stuff. So they have shown me some love. But I absolutely believe in their product, and I reviewed their product, bought it with my own money before I ever dreamed that they would sponsor the channel. So, yeah, big believer in the Weem. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I think it's a disruptor. I think it's disrupted the hi-fi streaming, I don't know, market, or at least the products, because before that, like the Node at $500 was like the thing that I would have people, save up for. Now it's like $150. And usually it's not even 150, it's like $130. You can get a Weem Pro. Anyway, thank you, Steve, so much. Tim Price, $9.99. That's pounds, right? Yes, pounds. Quid. Company in the UK called Stilton Audio used to rebody Nagaoka carts in machined aluminum. Ooh, but those are pretty. I have an old MP11 gold Stilton body somewhere. Good luck with the channel. Tim, thank you so much. I always feel like people from the UK are just like the average person from the UK is way smarter than the average American. I don't know if you agree with that or not. You probably do. My neighbors across the street are from the UK. I just love hanging out and talking to them. Greetings from Brisbane, Australia. Better late than never. What's up, Luna Rendezvous? What up? Remember, Simon Hackshaw says, please smash the like button. Thoughts on speaker stand materials, wood versus metal. I just ordered some IKEA wood bar stools for new speakers. That's great. That was one of my first like bits. I did a whole joke video on like the best speaker stand, and I go pair bar stools. I think it just depends. I mean, the prevailing thought process is the more, so what I'm looking for, inert. So the less something can vibrate, the better. So metal speaker stands, obviously resonant frequency, but you can counteract that by filling it up with sand or kitty litter or Jello or pudding, whatever you want, to change that resonant frequency. Wood has resonant frequency as well, but usually it's probably going to be the fasteners of the wood. It just depends, I think the bar stools are probably pretty inert. And you can kind of test it just by playing a song on there with them sitting, and then, I don't know, put some felt in between it and then weigh it down and just see if you ever hear a difference. But I think IKEA wood bar stools are a heck of a way to start speaker stands, because a bar stool can do everything a speaker stand can do. However, a speaker stand cannot do everything that a bar stool can do. A boomer explains streaming to a boomer. Worth tuning in for. Hey, I'm Gen X, baby. Tell me I'm a boomer. I'm Gen X all the way. All the way. 76, baby. Pudding. That's right. Atmos Music coming strong. Come hang out with some Africans, Randy. We have interesting food. I totally believe you. 100%, Simon. I'm a boomer. I'm a Gen Xer, Lou. I'm a proud Gen Xer. Not saying there's anything wrong with boomers. I think boomers are awesome. Gen X, baby. I want some magic. Who doesn't want magic, Frankfurter? Y'all want magic. And if you think that's tuning in for you, if you think that's tuning, no, Louis, I don't think he was. No, I don't know. I don't think he was taking a swipe at either me or you. Okay. So please, someone else comment. I feel like no. Okay. I agree with that. All right. Does anyone still actually use CDs? Yes. Daniel Realtek. There's a strong contingent of people that use CDs. I still do. Actually, I grabbed this record, but because I thought a CD was on here, but the CD is actually in the living room because I was playing it in the living room. I mean, so we have to consider that CDs was a mass market musical format 20 years ago. And that was, 23 years ago. And that format was absolutely replaced in the mass market by MP3s and then by streaming now. But audiophiles, I don't think ever stopped buying CDs, or people that are really into the hobby. I never did. I took a bit of a hiatus from buying CDs until I started finding out that, I can buy CDs for $2 on eBay, or even $5, or even a brand new CD that's just released for $10. So yeah, every new thing that comes out that I'm remotely interested in, I buy a copy on CD, and actually cassette tape too. I know Metallica is releasing, like the last 3 releases have been released on cassette as well. So I buy also buy the cassette. I don't even open the cassette, but I just buy it. Kind of like collecting, I guess. Long live physical media. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. CDs killed the vinyl star. That, what is it? Video killed the radio star? Yeah. I have over 800 CDs, starting with the first one I bought back in 1990. Jesus Jones, right here, right now. Oh my goodness. Now they'll go to my kids when I die. Who can't wait? So my first CD was NXS Kick, and then Poison. And then the race was on. So I had all the Def Leppard stuff. I had a bunch of Led Zeppelin on CD, Van Halen, of course, a lot of the popular stuff back then. So yeah. My first CD was U2 War. Very nice. I had Rattle and Hum. I bought that one for sure on CD. I still remember it. I still think I have that one too. Hootie and the Blowfish. I had 2 copies of that. Hello from Hiroshima. Wow. Loving the channel as always. Scotland. My goodness. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Oh, man. There are a few shelves full of CDs here, just like LPs, though. I ripped them to MP3. Turn 56, 8 to 9 albums. Yep. I remember we had a buddy who used to do that for everybody. So he would just take all the CDs and then rip them MP3 onto CDs and then kind of give them away. So first Kenwood MP3 capable deck and drive. Yeah, who knew? Like we all thought, oh, look at this, we can fit more onto the record. And then all of a sudden it's like, wah. MP3s are terrible. 1644.1 Red Book. Yeah. Anyway, I'm still. They probably still sound good. First CD was Brahms' Second Symphony. Wow. Are you sure you're in the right place? Salty, purchased when I was in the Marine Corps in the early 80s. Oh, very nice. Maybe you are in the right place. Did you ever get a bad CD pressing? No, but I got a bad CD recording. I was just listening to it the other day. Houses of the Holy, Led Zeppelin. Sounded terrible. Very thin. They need to remaster that one. All mid-range. I ripped CDs into an Apple IFF files, which are claimed to be one of the best formats. Yeah. So Wave is considered, I think, to be like completely lossless, and then FLAC, and then ALAC, which is kind of Apple's version of FLAC. But so like FLAC is like losslessly compressed. I don't know how that works, but every time I rip a CD, it goes into Wave, and then it's basically converted to FLAC. So Yeah. Simon says Japan is an incredible place, and the people are amazing too. I don't doubt it. First CD was Def Leppard Hysteria. I had that. I had Pyromania. That was CDs was the first time where I started buying music twice. So I'd purchase stuff on cassette, and then I started buying it on CD as well. FLAC is like zipping a file. I used to get CDs from Columbia House mail order. Yes, some of their CDs were terribly mastered. I don't doubt it. They were also, you could tell the Columbia House ones too, because they were thinner. Yeah. And like the record, the art was like on like new printed on like thinner paper. You could just tell, like, in the jewel cases were flimsier. The whole thing was just like, it was like a snapshot of what it should be like. Pearl Jam 10 here, very good. That's a little bit later than me, so I bought that CD as well. I was just prior to that when I started buying a bunch of CDs. First CD was Roger Hodgson, In the Eye of the Storm. Same year it came out. Very cool. That's a heck of a record. You know, I heard an interview with Lars Ulrich, and he was talking about Pearl Jam and that record. And like that, when that record came out, it sold like 14 million copies or something. And so when the Black Album came out, it sold and still is selling to this day, just crazy numbers. But Lars had a comment. He was like, Nirvana, like it was their second record, but Nirvana hit it big, like on their second record. Pearl Jam hit it big on their first record. Metallica had been making records for 10 years when they hit it big. And he said that he was glad that they had kind of had to trudge a little bit before they got their real big breakout record, because he said there's no way that they would still be together had they had the popularity and the financial success that Pearl Jam had, like right out of the gate. So I thought that was interesting. Oh my goodness. Lou B just became a patron. Wow. 878, 1,000 LPs, 5 to 700 CDs, but no system. Now that I'm retired, I'll get time to get back into it. I'll be in touch. Very good, Lou. Thank you so much. There's a great Facebook group and a great, you're probably not a Discord guy, but if you're on Facebook, I would highly recommend you jump on the Facebook group. They will guide you well. I had Robert Barish, $10. Thank you. I had open heart surgery May 1st. I'm so sorry to hear that. Your channel has helped me pass the time lately. Great reviews and content. Love to see you do some Riga reviews. I briefly talked to Riga, and thank you, Robert. And I'm so sorry that I don't know if I'm sorry. Maybe I'm happy that you had heart surgery, because it could have saved your life. In any regard, I don't think anybody wants to have their chest ripped open. So I'm glad that I've helped you in some way. And this comment has helped me. Helps me continue to want to do this. So I appreciate that, man. And like 712 videos. So there's plenty of content. I cannot guarantee that you are going to be pleased with any of it. But it is free. So keep that in mind. I mean, you do have to watch a few ads here and there. Wow. Richard Powell, $4.99. Thanks to you. I got some Koss KPH40 headphones. I just go flashbacks and enjoying some great everything sounds and everything. Enjoying how great everything sounds compared to earbuds. Thanks, Randy. Thank you, Richard. I actually found my pair. They were up in my daughter's room, and like, where are my Koss? Because that is the quintessential headphone to where you just throw it on. You forget that you're even wearing it. It's great for YouTube. It's great for music. I mean, there's some limitations, of course. It is just such a lightweight, good sounding headphone. It's one of those items that maybe doesn't sound the best compared to some of the other stuff I have, other headphones, but yet I'll still use it because of just how comfortable it is. So yeah. First CD was The Party, self-titled. They were from the Mickey Mouse Club, pre-Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera. I didn't even have a CD player yet, but I knew I was getting one for Christmas. Nice. I got my CD player for Christmas, and it was really cool because I mean it was $130 back then, but still that was like, I don't know, 87. So I mean $130, still $130. And I remember like that was the big gift, and I opened up a CD first. I got so excited. My mom's like, open this one. And back then CDs would come in like the giant anti-theft devices. So remember when the CDs would come like in like a plastic jail that you would have to like, they would have a special key and they'd pop it out and then they give it to you. So yeah. P.S. I'm hooked into Discord too. Very good. Did I miss one? Oh no, that was Robert. Okay. I think we might be all caught up. Cure's cool too. Original, where the Yakuza started out. Yep. Surprised me when I found that out too. Wow. Yakuza. Hey, Randy. Some reviewers say mini amps are only for near field listening, bookshelf speakers, and for short period listening. What say ye? Hey, listen, I think my stance is fairly crystal clear. I know who you're talking about. He's got a great channel. It's got a ton of experience. I just think they're a great option for a lot of people. And I think, they're probably good for near field listening. I mean, I've used them in larger rooms too. It depends upon what your definition of like successful and great sounding is. I think for someone that's got $200 to buy an entire setup, it's amazing how good some of these amps sound for $60 or $80 or whatever. So, are you going to power a movie theater system with it? Of course not. But I think they're very good for what they are. And I never claimed that they were anything other than what they are. Although I did compare it one time. So I compared the T9 to the Yamaha S801, which is like $1,000 integrated. And sonically, I couldn't hear a ton of difference. Now, I was only listening at probably 70 to 75 dB, but that's loud enough for me. I think people would be surprised if they actually pulled out an SPL meter and turned up their stereo in their living room to 85 dB. Like, I think people would be shocked at how loud that actually is. And most bookshelf speakers start to show their limitations around 85 dB, and some even lower than that. So, yeah, they're not for everybody, for sure. They're not. But not everybody has $300 to spend on an amplifier either. So $60 is sometimes what people have, and they're great $60, $80 amplifiers for sure. I mean, what's the other alternative? I've kissed a lot of frogs to find some decent ones. It's not just like all of a sudden the TB10D. The TB10D is on its second iteration. The first one, I crapped all over it. I told people not to buy it. So it's not like I have not listened to a lot of these amps. And there's some that I continue to talk about because there's a lot of garbage out there. But there are a few very good pieces. Most of those pieces have the 3255 amp chipset in there. There's a few Infineon 12070 chipset amps out there, like the DA9, the AO200, that sound pretty good. SA300 from SMSL, those are pretty good too. But I think the 3255 TI chips are the best sounding. But I've probably listened to 50 of the small Class D amps out there. So not all of them are winners. The majority aren't winners. I would say probably 85% of them aren't winners, but there are some that are spectacular, for sure. So just my opinion, just my experience. I'm not saying I'm right or anything like that. It's just been what my experience has been. So anyway, yeah, I figured that would come up tonight. Good night, guys. See you old guys on Sunday. Good night, Ed. We're going to wrap it up too. So we're 5 minutes over. I was going to do this for an hour. I really appreciate everybody joining me on a Friday evening. I'm usually free on Friday and Saturday nights because I'm old. Even if I could be out, I'm not going to be out because unless I'm going to a concert. Thank you, Lou. Appreciate y'all being here. And have a great weekend. New videos should be out Sunday morning. So nothing tomorrow, but a lot of great videos to go watch. Sunday morning, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. Central. Should have a new video out. Good night. Good night. Good night. Have a safe weekend, everybody.